Imagine pulling something from a river that shouldn't be there. Cold, heavy, iron, heavier than any fish. And when you throw it back, the water gives it right back to you. This wasn't just a strange coincidence. It was the moment a divine weapon chose its master, triggering a war that would free an entire nation from a century of darkness. This is the legend of Hoan Kiem Lake, the story of the magic sword, the golden turtle, and the king who changed Vietnam forever. 6 centuries ago, the Ming Empire ruled Jai Viet with a heavy hand. In a poor fishing village in Thanh Hoa lived a man named Le Than. One night his net came up heavy, not with fish, but with a strange iron blade. He threw it back, it returned. He threw it again, and once more it returned. He carried the blade home and set it on the altar. In the dark, 2 words glowed softly on its steel: Thuan Thien, following heaven's will. One night, a young peasant leader named Le Loi took shelter beneath that roof. He saw the sword shine and understood that heaven had chosen his fight. Later, fleeing enemy patrols through a dark forest, Le Loi looked up and saw it, a jeweled hilt caught in the branches of an ancient banyan tree. He climbed for it. Blade and hilt fit as though they had always been one. Heaven's sword was whole. For 10 years he led the Lam Son uprising, 10 years of blood and fire, until the Ming were driven from Vietnamese soil. He took the throne as King Lê Thai To and made the city of Hoan Kiem, the Hanoi of today, his new capital. But this is where the story turns. One spring morning, the new king was rowing on the lake called Ho Ta Vong, when the water itself came alive. A giant golden turtle rose from the mist, Kim Kwai, the ancient guardian spirit of the land, and he spoke, "Great king, the sword was heaven's loan for a time of war. Peace has come. Return it." And here is the quiet miracle of the tale. The king did not argue. He drew the sword from his side and let the turtle carry it back beneath the waves. That is what makes this story different from almost every other legend of a hero's blade. The power was never his. It was lent, and now it was time to give it back. Because in Vietnamese thought, greatness is not what you seize. It is what you know when to lay down. The truest king is the one who can sheath the sword. The difference between a warlord and a king lives in that one act. One clings to power long after the war is over. The other returns it freely once the work is done. Kim Kwai, the golden turtle, is not new to Vietnamese stories. He once gave King An Duong Vuong a magic crossbow centuries before. He is Vietnam's returning guardian, appearing when heaven has a gift or a lesson to give. And the lake where he took the sword back has a new name, Hoan Kiem, the lake of the returned sword. It still sits at the beating heart of Hanoi today. On a small island in its jade-green water rises Thap Rua, the Turtle Tower, a quiet monument to the moment the sword went home. Millions of people walk its shore each year. Most do not know they are circling one of the oldest promises in Vietnamese memory, that heaven lends and heaven collects. So the sword that made Vietnam free rests now beneath the water, not lost, just returned, waiting perhaps for the next time the country calls. It leaves us with one quiet question. When your work is done and your sword has served its purpose, will you know how to lay it down? Tell us in the comments. And if this story stayed with you, subscribe to Dai Viet Folktales, where we bring the old wisdom of Vietnam back to life, one tale at a time.